The underground architects, how mycology dictates the shelf life of your produce. Mycology, the role of fungi in organic soil, analyzing the shelf life of organic versus conventional produce. Have you ever pulled a head of organic lettuce from the crisper drawer, only to find it looking like a wilted science experiment just 3 days after buying it? Meanwhile, that conventional apple you forgot in the fruit bowl 3 weeks ago still looks like it was plucked from the tree yesterday. It's a common frustration that leads many of us to ask, if organic is supposed to be better, well, why does it seem to die so much faster? The answer isn't just about pesticides or wax coatings. To truly understand why some food lasts and others rot, we have to look down, way down into the soil. Specifically, we need to talk about mycology, the study of fungi. In the world of organic farming, fungi aren't just the mushrooms you put on pizza. They are the invisible architects of the entire ecosystem, the secret life of organic soil. In a handful of healthy organic soil, there is more life than there are people on Earth. While bacteria get a lot of the spotlight, the real heavy lifters are the fungi. In organic systems, we don't just feed the plant with synthetic chemicals. We feed the soil, and the soil feeds the plant. The mycorrhizal highway. The most important players in this underground war are mycorrhizal fungi. These fascinating organisms form a symbiotic relationship with plant roots. Think of them as a biological internet. The plant provides the fungi with sugars produced through photosynthesis, and in exchange, the fungi extend their long thread-like filaments called hyphae far into the soil. These hyphae are significantly thinner than the smallest plant root hair, allowing them to squeeze into tiny crevices in the soil to mine for phosphorus, nitrogen, and micronutrients that the plant simply couldn't reach on its own. This mycorrhizal highway doesn't just make the plant bigger, it makes it biologically denser, nutrient cycling and decomposition. Fungi are also nature's premier recyclers. While bacteria handle the soft decomposition, fungi are the only organisms capable of breaking down complex materials like lignin, the tough stuff in wood and stalks. By breaking these down, fungi release a slow, steady stream of nutrients back into the soil. In a conventional field, these fungi are often decimated by tilling and fungicides. Without them, the soil becomes a dead medium that relies on IV drips of synthetic fertilizer. In an organic field, the soil is a living, breathing pantry, analyzing shelf life, organic versus conventional. Now let's address the elephant in the kitchen, the shelf life. When we talk about how long produce lasts, we are looking at the intersection of biology, chemistry, and logistics. One, the preservative gap. The most obvious reason conventional produce lasts longer is also the most controversial. Conventional fruits and vegetables are often treated with synthetic fungicides and waxes post-harvest. These coatings act like a suit of armor, preventing moisture loss and blocking the airborne spores that cause mold. Organic produce, by definition, lacks these synthetic shields. When you buy an organic strawberry, you are buying a naked fruit. It is more susceptible to its environment, which is why it often hits its expiration date sooner. Two, the respiration rate. Produce is alive. Even after it's harvested, a carrot is still breathing, a process called respiration. The faster a vegetable respires, the faster it consumes its stored energy and begins to degrade. Studies have shown that organic produce often has a higher nutrient density, specifically more antioxidants and polyphenols, because the plant had to work harder to grow in a fungal-rich environment without chemical help. However, because organic plants are often grown without growth-regulating chemicals, their metabolic rates can be higher, leading to a shorter but more intense life on the shelf. Three, the water weight factor. Conventional produce is often grown with high nitrogen fertilizers that encourage rapid growth. This often results in water weight. While the fruit looks large and shiny, it is essentially bloated with water. Organic produce tends to have higher dry matter content. While this makes it more nutritionally concentrated, it also means there is less buffer, moisture. If an organic apple loses 5% of its water, it looks shriveled faster than a conventional apple that was 90% water to begin with. Why fungal soil matters for your health. If organic produce has a shorter shelf life, why bother? The answer lies in the quality of the time it does have. Because of the mycorrhizal fungi we mentioned earlier, organic plants have access to a wider spectrum of minerals. When a plant is connected to a fungal network, it develops a more robust immune system. It produces more phytoalexins, natural compounds that fight off pests. These are the same compounds that, when eaten by humans, act as powerful antioxidants. Key takeaway. You aren't just buying a vegetable, you are buying the result of a complex fungal partnership. The organic tomato may rot faster because it hasn't been mummified by chemicals, but while it's fresh, it is a biological powerhouse. How to win the shelf life battle. If you're committed to the organic lifestyle but tired of throwing away money, you can use a bit of mycology-based logic to keep your food fresh. Don't wash until you're ready. Water triggers fungal spores, the bad kind, to wake up and start eating your food. Keep organic produce dry until the moment you use it. Ethylene awareness. Some fruits, like bananas and apples, release ethylene gas, which tells other plants to hurry up and ripen. Keep these away from your delicate greens. The paper towel trick. Placing a paper towel in your organic spinach container absorbs the excess moisture that lead to slime, mimicking the moisture regulating role that fungi play in the wild. The future. Mycology as a solution. Interestingly, the same science that explains why organic food spoils is being used to fix it. Researchers are now developing fungal-based coatings, edible, invisible, biofilms made from mushroom extracts that can protect produce without the need for synthetic chemicals. By leaning into mycology, we are moving toward a food system that doesn't just last longer, but actually nourishes us better.